What's going on, Big Strong Gamers? It's Spencer, and we're ranking, I would say, the best weapons from each class. So basically every assault rifle, every submachine gun, which is the best. I mean, if you haven't already, please leave a like, subscribe, all that cool nonsense, or a bunch of angry children will come to your house and severely beat you till you need a wheelchair. I'm not playing about that either. But on that, gamers, do it. Let's get it, baby. Now, to start us off with assault rifles, it's going to be the FAR 83. This weapon is an absolute beast. It does an insane 4.3 headshot multiplier, has a great mag. Besides Pack-a-Punch, I mean, you can get a 50 standard mag with fast mag as well, but it only goes to about 82, which is a little crummy, but the other stats really pick up with this weapon. First of all, it has one of the best ranges in the class. It has the best damage, high, I don't know how you call it, reload speed, you know, all that good nonsense is all in the FAR 83. It shoots fast, it does a lot of damage. It's basically all assault rifles, kinda, just built into one. It has the speed of the FAMAS, the damage of the XM4, the reload speed of the Krig, you know, all that nonsense, all that good range. It's all in the FAR 83. Plus, not even just speaking about that alone, it does have a great amount of ammo in the ammo pool. So if you're just one of those people who spray through ammo like me with Ring of Fire constantly all the time, you don't really have to worry about it all too much because, well, the FAR 83's got your back with that. Has great range like the Krig. I mean, I could go on and on about this weapon, but hey, it does an insane amount of damage. And even on just round 10, it's still cracking out kills fairly easy. It's my favorite assault rifle, hands down, in the game. It is definitely one of the better ones. For submachine guns, I believe personally that the PPSH is the best, hands down. I mean, it's short, simple, has lots of range, fast fire rate. It gets the job done quickly, not very fast, longing, just like me, in bed. But on a real note, this weapon is actually really good. Pack-a-Punch, it gives you about 172 maximum in the mag. It is an absolute beast. The ammo reload on this weapon is actually really good. I do have one of the slower mags on, and it's still cranking out with speed cola fairly quickly, about a second and a half, as you can see right there. You know, sexy little Dorito charm and everything. But one of the things I really do like about this weapon, although it doesn't have, I would say, the best damage hands down, the fire rate combinates with it to absolutely give you that good amount of damage you actually need. And for an SMG, this is one of the ones that actually does have range. I mean, as you can see, I'm doing over 1,000 damage on round 10. This weapon all around is just really good. I don't really have too many complaints about it. The only thing I really could say is sometimes nothing. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say something? Nah, this weapon all around great. It really does feel like an assault rifle at times. Plus, it's the freaking PPSH. Well, I mean, it's the M16. Who would have thought for, you know, tactical rifles? I mean, you have the Type 63, and I don't even know the other one. Okay, that's my knowledge on tactical rifles. That's all I need to know because, well, the M16's in the game. The weapon damage on this and the range is what makes this weapon so good. It is the best all-around Call of Duty Zombies weapon, hands down. I mean, literally, you have a burst with a far amount of range, no recoil, big clip, fast reload, insane range. I think this has the best range in the games. Like, I don't think there's any doubt about that. There's no recoil on this gun. Just all around, if you were to go into battle, and if you were a random player, a new player, and you were asking what weapon would I use, I would tell you the M16. This is my favorite. It's a lot of people's favorites as well. It is a really good, just all around rifle. I mean, who doesn't like the M16? It's a classic. It's an OG. Plus, the cool thing about this weapon too is even if you pick a smaller clip when you load out, you can still at least maintain having over 100 in the clip size when Pack-a-Punch, which is also really nice. The headshot multiplier on this weapon is really good. I believe it's at 4.4 headshot damage rather than the regular 4.2 for your, you know, classic assault rifles. But hey, each class has its perks and benefits, but obviously, you know, this weapon is probably one of the best in the game. I mean, some people could say it's a shotgun like the Hauer or the Gallo, but I think all around, a lot of people can agree with this just being the weapon of choice for a vast majority of players. If you're not running this, you're either running a Hauer or a Gallo, you know, either one of those. But this weapon, I could say for everybody, it's at least in their top 3. I mean, this weapon is absolutely amazing. And the cool thing about this weapon too is it does have an automatic version, but it is not in Cold War Zombies. So I mean, I couldn't even imagine this thing in Zombies if it was just fully automatic. Just imagine you go, you know, and you just spray zombies, no recoil, no nothing. I love this weapon. I wish it was fully automatic though, Pack-a-Punch. Now LMGs, they're fairly tricky. I mean, not too many people use them. They're kind of slept on, let's be honest. LMGs aren't exactly the brightest in Cold War Zombies. They were at a peak at, I would say, about Black Ops 2 and 3, you know, weapons like the LSAT, the Dingo, all those good weapons. Hell, even the 48 Dredge. They were really good all-around LMGs. And in this game, they're alright. They're not something that's absolutely dog water. You know, you're going to pick them over a sniper or a pistol, you know, those kinds of weapons, but you're not going to pick it over your, you know, classics like, you know, the M16 or the XM4, nothing like that. But all around, the MG82 is a good weapon of choice. I mean, you can just look at the ammo mag on this thing, 300 bullets, 1400 damage headshot. I mean, come on, this thing is literally just a slow assault rifle. If you realistically think about it, this thing has enough in the round, if accurate enough, to clear the whole round before reloading. You don't even have to reload to, you know, finish the round. I mean, this thing can absolutely tear up. The range on this weapon is absolutely so crazy. I believe it is better, actually, more than an assault rifle, which is pretty crazy. It's around a little bit lower than the M16 tactical rifle, which, I mean, that obviously says enough. It has the rate of fire of SMG of about 900, and it absolutely just shreds and is kind of slept on and is one of my favorite. Oh god, I mean, look, it's a sniper rifle, but oh god, the Swiss K91. I mean, this thing isn't exactly amazing, let's be honest here. Sniper rifles, they're kind of doo-doo in Cold War. Like, literally, I'm going down just talking about it, okay? This weapon is actually really good when it comes to headshot damage. I mean, if you want something that'll crack out megatons, mimics, you know, all those mini-boss zombies, you know, sniper rifles aren't too bad, but you will actually get swarmed pretty quickly. But this weapon, fairly quick with the cockback, very fast reload, and it actually has a pretty decent size. I feel like it's an oversized, to be honest, for a sniper rifle. I don't see myself shooting a, you know, sniper rifle for 33 shots. Really, I don't. But I mean, hey, it's better to be over prepared than none at all, right? But overall, I mean, if you do want the headshot damage for zombies, this is your go-to weapon. To be honest, if you run something without the heavy scope, it's pretty good. And I'm dead already. Well, Gallo fans, don't get on my head. I'm sorry to tell you, but the Howler is just way more superior. I mean, after the nerf of the Gallo in Season 1, I believe so, I mean, it's good still, but it's just not as good as it could be. I mean, this thing literally just one taps, two taps, three taps, the HVZs, and literally Outbreak. I mean, nothing can beat that. You can literally kill an HVZ realistically within 9 shots and still have enough to kill zombies if they didn't have to teleport. That's how good it is. I mean, the damage on this weapon, absolutely insane. I don't know why. No matter how much they nerf this weapon, it will still be better than the vast majority of all the wonder weapons in this game. I mean, literally, if I get a Howler or the Die Shockwave, I'm picking the Howler. I mean, this thing's an absolute beast. The range on this weapon is literally, I swear, more than an assault rifle. It feels like it. It is so good. You load 2 a shot. You used to load 4, which is pretty nice, but it did get nerfed, unfortunately. But overall, this has got to be a just classic for Cold War Zombies. I feel like if people are going to come back or think about Cold War Zombies in the near future, they're like, do you remember the Howler 77 before it got nerfed? And even after? Absolutely out of this water. This weapon is just, honestly, it's iconic to Cold War, and we won't get anything like it. Pistols are tricky because, well, nobody uses them. The Diamatti is actually pretty good. I mean, it is basically just like an M16, just worse. I mean, it is fairly quick to run around with. I mean, you can get this thing dual wield, double the damage. It's actually pretty good, but I wasn't lucky enough to spend it on this. But I mean, hey, it is pretty good. 3 burst, it does get a little bit extra damage when it is pack punch. Headshots, it absolutely tears up. Range, not so much, but it does have a really quick reload, which beats all the other pistols, hands down. Now, launchers are, well, dog water. I mean, do you know anybody in Cold War who realistically plays with the Sigma or the RPG? Because I don't. Not even one, okay? If you pointed a gun to my head and asked, who uses a special launcher within Cold War? Tell my family I love them. I mean, this thing has a very big blast radius. You're going to be shooting yourself a lot of the time. I mean, there are better solutions when it comes to launchers, like the M27, or, I don't know, just other weapons in general, like the War Machine. But I mean, after all, it is just a weapon that not a lot of people use. It does have technically a good amount of range, but even then it'll eventually just kind of drift off. It doesn't really track or anything like that. But the great thing about this weapon is that it can shoot more than 2 rockets than what it holds. It can shoot technically up to about 6 or 7, and that's where the chances start to get just like within the hundreds of actually even happening over and over. The maximum I get to shoot this thing is about like 5 times in a row, just because the little ability that you can have with launchers when you level them up, it's pretty useful. I mean, being able to shoot more than it's actually in the clip, kind of like a stock reserve that you can kind of use similarly to Ring of Fire, which just lets you spray this weapon automatically, which honestly is the highlight of this. I mean, literally, just look at the gameplay. It is just so much fun just spam rocketing zombies. There's nothing they can do. It's pretty fun to just spray around too all the time. Now, specials are, well, special. I mean, there's literally a ballistic knife, a crossbow, a mini grenade launcher, and, well, a nail gun. I feel like every COD game has a nail gun, and it's either really bad or really good, but hey, this one's actually really good. Starting off with 15 in the mag, very small, but when you upgrade this thing, for some reason, you just get 90. You get more than an assault rifle. Literally my favorite assault rifle on this literally doesn't even have as much as this. This thing does actually have a really good amount of range, really good headshot damage, and the great thing about it too is, well, you don't even have to level it up. You don't have to get attachments. It's always going to reload fast. It's going to have good range, all that sort of nonsense. The only drawback of this thing is just the iron sights. I mean, it's literally just attack. It's like you stuck the nail out, you shot one, you picked it up, and just drilled it into the gun. I mean, this thing, iron sights are not so good, but all around, I mean, it is fast. You're not really going to be slowed down by it. It has a fast rate of fire. Plus, I mean, the ammo size is absolutely amazing. The only other bad thing I don't like about it is the ammo pool. Kind of small. But, I mean, then again, it is Cold War. You do have things like Mule Kick Tier 3. They'll let you just get it back. So, I mean, not just depending on Mule Kick, but it is pretty useful, especially with guns like this. I mean, I would compare this to like the ballistic knife or something, but let's be honest. I mean, the ballistic knife's cool and all. It can revive players. It doesn't get them their perk backs or anything like that. Plus, it only has 1 shot, same as the crossbow and the M27. But when pack-a-punched, each one of those get, I think, like 2 shots or 3, I did think, like with the M27. But I mean, if you guys haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, all the cool nonsense really helps out. And if you made it this far, you deserve a cookie, and I love you. But other than that, gamers, I'll see you guys next one. Have a wonderful day. See ya.